I hope everyone watching this video is safe, but unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the people in the countries in our video. These are the armed confrontations in southern Thailand during 2023. Not a small thing, right? But most of us have never even heard of this conflict. And here are the armed confrontations in Cameroon this year alone. Each red dot means that the event resulted in a loss of life. And with this number, Cameroon is only 21st in our ranking. Next, I'll show you the top 20 countries where life is not so sweet. Most armed confrontations in Colombia are between drug cartels and the police. Ordinary people are forced to live in constant danger. 19th place, Lebanon. Unlike Colombia, most armed acts in Lebanon involve artillery attacks. Another 23% are carried out by drones. The intensity of the attacks is higher in the south, where Hezbollah is based. Almost all of the red and yellow dots you see now occurred in a very short period of time between October 7th and 10, when Hamas attacked Israel. Israel's modern air defense prevented many more casualties. Mali is the first country in the ranking from the Sahel region of Africa that is currently in crisis. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has many armed attacks in the northeast of the country. The most tragic day in 2023 was April 12th. In the town of Lissi, 47 people were killed in a shooting between Codeco and Zaire armed groups. Pakistan has tense relations with India, but the main danger comes from internal confrontations. Regions such as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Baluchistan have seen the most casualties and destruction. After its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Russia also made it into this ranking. For residents of the border areas, safe life is over, as the Ukrainian army can retaliate against Russian troop concentrations. In Mexico, the situation is similar to Colombia. Criminal groups clash with each other or with the police. This often results in the deaths of innocent people. In Yemen in 2023 year, there were 2,241 armed acts with 282 victims. This September, 9 years after the Houthis attacked the capital Sana'a, triggering Saudi Arabia's intervention, the country is not in the grip of all-out war, but it's still not at peace either. See how the danger covers the territory of Burkina Faso evenly. The number of deaths exceeds the number of incidents. Most of the clashes and attacks in Ethiopia take place in Oromia state. It is the most populous administrative region in Africa. Iraq is in 9th place. As you can see, most of the armed acts take place in the north, where ethnic Kurds live. Also, the Iraqi capital often becomes a place of armed clashes. Power in Somalia is concentrated in the hands of mostly bandits, so it is not surprising that this country is littered with armed clashes. Nigeria is another African country that suffers from armed conflicts. More than 2,000 people in Nigeria became victims of armed aggression just in 2023. Brazil, like Nigeria, is a huge country in terms of population. Therefore, armed aggression is not uncommon here. The main motives for the shooting are the same as in Mexico and Colombia. After October 7, the Gaza Strip became the most intense region in the world in terms of the number of military strikes per unit area. The conflict between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces erupted into a large-scale military battle in April 2023 and has been driving humanitarian needs in the country ever since. Look, Myanmar is literally on fire from the internal conflict. More than 5,000 attacks just in 2023 year. Since 2011, Syria has been one of the most dangerous countries. First the civil war, then the intervention of foreign troops led to the devastation of entire cities and towns. Unfortunately, this will not end in 2023. Ukraine. This map clearly shows the line of demarcation between Ukrainian defenders and Russian occupiers. Ukraine has become the most mined country in the world, and since February 2022, there has not been a single quiet day here. I hope that one day humanity will be able to implement a universal tool against armed aggression, and everyone will feel safe regardless of their place of residence and citizenship.